The rain poured mercilessly over the small, dimly lit grocery store. Inside, the air smelled of damp cardboard and old wood. The shopkeeper sighed as he looked toward the door, ready to close for the night when a little girl, no older than 7, pushed the door open. Her shoes were torn, her dress wet and clinging to her thin frame. She walked up to the counter, clutching a small bottle of milk with trembling hands. "Please, sir," she whispered, eyes wide and honest. "My little brother is sick. Mama said he needs milk. But I don't have any money right now." The shopkeeper frowned, rubbing his tired eyes. He had seen so many beggars, so many lies. "Little girl, this isn't a charity. Put it back." Tears welled up in her eyes, but she didn't move. "Sst." Instead, she said something that made the old man pause. "I promise to pay for this milk when I grow up." Her voice was small, but there was something fierce in it, something unshakable. The shopkeeper stared at her, noticing the small crescent-shaped birthmark just below her left ear. He sighed deeply, muttering, "Fine, take it. But don't come here again without money." She nodded eagerly, whispered "Thank you, sir," and ran into the storm, clutching the milk to her chest. 20 years later, the same old grocery store still stood, though the paint had peeled, and the windows were fogged from years of wear. The shopkeeper, now stooped and graying, was struggling to keep the doors open. His debts had piled up. The neighborhood had changed, and business was dying. That morning, he was startled by the sound of expensive heels clicking against the floor. A young woman stood at the entrance, wearing a sharp gray suit and holding an umbrella. She was elegant, confident, but her eyes, they were familiar. "Good morning," she said softly. "Are you Mr. Patel?" The old man nodded. "Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?" She smiled, setting a small envelope on the counter. "I believe I owe you for some milk." He blinked in confusion. I don't understand." She leaned slightly forward, brushing her hair aside to reveal a faint crescent-shaped birthmark beneath her left ear. The old man's heart skipped. You're that little girl," he whispered, his eyes widening. "The one who promised." She nodded, tears glimmering. "Yes, my brother was dying that night. Gave me that milk and it saved him. I never forgot. I told myself I'd come back one day." He opened the envelope with trembling hands. Inside was a check number so large he could hardly breathe. "Miss, this is too much." She smiled through tears. "It's not just for the milk. It's for the kindness you gave to a starving little girl when no one else did." Her name was Lena Kapoor, now the CEO of Kapoor Industries, one of the biggest companies in the city. She invited the old man to her company's new charity event that very week, but what she didn't expect was what the event would uncover. That night, during the charity gala, Mr. Patel was seated near the front. Lena was giving a speech about her company's mission to end child hunger. Her voice was steady until she began speaking about her past, the little girl who once begged for milk. Tears streamed down her face as she spoke, but before she could continue, a man in the audience stood up slowly. "I know that story," the man said. "I was that little brother." The room fell silent. The young mantel, confident and wearing a tuxedo, walked toward the stage. "My name is Rohan Kapoor. My sister saved my life that night. Because of that act of kindness, we built everything we have today." He turned toward the old shopkeeper. "Sir, you didn't just give her milk, you gave us a future." The crowd erupted in applause. After the gala, Lena found Mr. Patel sitting quietly by himself. "I didn't know you were struggling," she said softly. "You helped me once when I had nothing. Let me help you now." He shook his head weakly. "I don't want money, child. Seeing what you've become is enough," but she insisted. "Then let me honor you properly." A month later, she reopened his old grocery store, but this time, it wasn't just a shop. It was renamed Patel's Promise Market, a small chain of community stores that provided free essentials for struggling families. A plaque at the entrance read, "One bottle of milk changed to lives and countless others to come." Years later, during a TV interview, Lena was asked what motivated her to give so much to charity. She smiled faintly and said, "When I was little, a man trusted my promise when I had nothing to give. That moment taught me that kindness isn't an act, it's an investment. You never know how far it will go." Final message: a small act of kindness can outlive time, money, and circumstance. You may forget what you give, but those you help will never forget what they received. Inspiring moral: never underestimate the power of compassion. One promise, one act of grace, can change the course of someone's entire life.